What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do a little game recap. So we've gone from who to watch to what players to watch. Now we're gonna re-watch a game from last week. Florida versus Syracuse. Lots we can learn from that game. Here's a couple things I want you to watch out for if you watch the replay.
Test may come today. It's number 4 Florida making the trip up to Central New York. Orange and Gators, two of the best programs in
First thing I want you guys to watch are two very powerful shooters. Shayna Precker on Florida and Nicole Levy on Cuse. What I like to say is that shooters shoot, and they shot very, very well yesterday.
This is Shea Precker, number 7, in front. There's your first goal. Levy the bounce and Levy the goal ties it up at 1.
Two very powerful shooters. They like to take their shots. They shoot when they have a little window of opportunity and usually make it stick. Nicole likes to shoot low to high. So does Shayna, especially on their 8 meters. They're two that really like to just take one step and rip. So if you're someone who's looking to master that technique, I'd be sure to watch out for that. Nicole is more of a time and room shooter. She likes to position herself where she can catch one cradle and shot, where Shayna likes to typically shoot off a dodge if it's not 8 meter.
We've had 3 draw controls already. All of them have gone to the road team. Florida in front, shot, high post. Did it drop in? The officials say it did. Precker, and she finishes.
So they're just two very different styles of shooters, but very accurate at the same time. So they are two that if you're rewatching this game, you want to look out for. Another thing I want you guys to watch is how Florida handled Cuse's zone in the first half. So Cuse likes to play a few different type of zones. You saw them in the first half of this game playing more of a backer style where they had someone waiting behind the on-ball defender to double. And I thought in the first half, Florida did a really good job of beating that zone by moving into space. Players would cut into space. If they weren't open, they would clear through. They moved the ball very well. But what is the most important thing that Florida did in that first half was they started their offense with a dodge. I think sometimes when people play against zones, they think it's pass, 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 pass. That gets the defense to shift, but if you actually dodge and initiate, it draws to, and then the space is even more open. So if you're watching the first half of that Florida Cuse game, watch Florida's offense and how they kind of picked apart the defense from Cuse. Cuse got together in the second half clearly and ended up winning the game, but the first half Florida did a very nice job of kind of finding those seams, hitting cutters, and scoring. In terms of Florida's defense, Syracuse did a really nice job, particularly in the second half, of attacking that man-to-man defense and making Florida pay. They dodged hard. The space was to the outside, so Florida was playing a defense that liked to force out. So they were able to dodge hard to the outside and get some opportunities off. A few times that the defenders for Florida played very, very great man-to-man, one-on-one defense. The dodges from Syracuse just made it happen. But Nadine has done a really good job with Florida and making their defense very difficult to get by, and they really made Syracuse work for those low-angle shots, and luckily Cuse was able to put a few away. One area that I want everyone to really take a look at in this game was the draw battle. Syracuse had Julie Cross at number 7 taking most of the draws yesterday in place of Morgan Widener, who tore her ACL, whereas Florida had number 17 and then Allie Pavanelli back to take their draws. And I think at different points in the game, each team did things really, really well, but they made it a battle. And what I think you really saw yesterday was the importance of the circle people, not just the center and the draw taker, but how those circle people really worked into space and got each other open and worked to get the ball back. And lastly, I think the difference maker for yesterday's game was goaltending. I thought both goalies did really well, but I thought Asa Goldstock did extremely well. Made a bunch of key saves and really helped out that team. So that was the difference maker yesterday. All right, girls, that's your wrap. Girls and boys, that's your wrap for the Cuse Florida kind of recap from yesterday. Cuse ended up winning 17-15, and it was a battle all the way through. But I just touched on a few points that if you guys were to rewatch again, That's what I would focus on. So bye. Have a great day.
Coming up, they're going to need Asa Goldstock to play like that in every game.
All right, big win for the Orange today. Next time you'll see lacrosse on ACC Network Extra, Syracuse men's lacrosse against Johns Hopkins. That one on Saturday.